Okay, so basically, I was talking with a few friends of mine about how the regrade system in Archeage works.
Shitty.
Yeah, it's not great. Long story short, I wanted to get some numbers and to see how bad RNGesus will fuck us. So, as a standard task group, I've gone ahead and gotten 10 sales for my Clipper slash merchant ship, and my goal is to get one legendary. And the only thing I'm going to do special here is I'm not going to use any crystals that give increase percentage. And the first epic sale I get, I'm going to put aside because that's going to get me back to the point where I can actually do something and sell some, make some money back, because this is a huge investment. Now, I just want to show you here. I've started off and I've got 10 sales. Okay? And I'm starting with 100 regrade scrolls. And I'm starting with 1,900, almost 2,000 gold. I had 2,500, then I bought the fucking scrolls, which is goddamn expensive. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start.
Are they getting any audio from the game?
No, very little.
Okay.
That's on purpose.
Okay. So also to point out, because you pointed this out to me earlier, once you get to Celestial, I should say none of them break until... Is it until you get to Celestial or
no,
after?
it's you from crude to divine.
Okay.
From crude to celestial, they cannot break.
Okay.
So I can get to celestial with no risk of the item breaking. So the first thing I'm going to do is get most of these to celestial. I'll probably start with. We'll see. We'll play it by ear and see how the money goes and all this good stuff, because I could fail a shit ton.
Okay. But
so what this does is, with 100 scrolls, it only gives me 10 chances on each one. So I may get 5 up there first and see what happens.
Okay.
So we're going to start there. We're going to start with the first sale.
And I'm going to be counting down how many times we fail.
Right. And how many successes past celestial.
Right.
So failure.
Already.
At the lowest rate. It's like a 50% chance there.
Jeez.
Yeah, so failure.
Okay. I should point out, for any non-Archeage player like myself, I shouldn't say non, but just non-knowing this system, your failure, it doesn't break, it just doesn't succeed. Once you get past Celestial, then it can break and completely wipe the whole thing.
And shatter.
So right now, you didn't lose anything except for a magic scroll.
And the 10 gold.
And the
cost.
Gold. So the gold and the scroll you lost at this point, but still, you have the item. So it's not a complete and total loss.
Right. So here we go. Success. Fail. Success. Fail. Celestial. Moving on to the next one. So it took us 8 scrolls to get the Celestial. Correct. On the first one. So write that down, please.
Yeah.
So going to the second one. Success. Fail. On the second sale. Success. Celestial.
That took 6.
6 on that one. Third sale. Success. Celestial.
5. So it's actually, we're getting better.
Oh, don't worry. RNGesus will come over. Fail on the first one. Fail on the second one. Success. Fail.
Right.
Fail.
Oh, jeez.
Success. Celestial.
So that went to our highest of 9 so far.
Success. Fail. Success. Failure. Success. Failure. Celeste. Okay, so we got 5. Just to recap so far, we got 5 to Celestial. That's the unbreak point.
Right.
Okay? We're down to 64 scrolls.
From
100 exactly.
It was 100 exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so far, the averages are sort of working out.
Okay. So it took 8, then it took 6, then it took 5, then it took 9, then it took 8.
Yes.
Okay. Being as I still got gold, we're gonna go regrade a couple more. Let's say 2 more, and then we'll start trying to go above. Failure. Failure. Success, sorry. Failure. I was expecting the failure. Failure. Failure.
Oh, jeez.
Here's where Jesus comes in. Failure. Failure. Failure.
Okay, so we're at 10, 11.
Failure.
12. 13.
13 just to get to unique, to Celestial, I mean.
Yeah. So that one took a lot.
Yeah.
That one.
So that's 130 gold. If 13, because 10 chances plus the cost of the scroll. So holy shit.
How much does the scroll cost?
About 6 gold on this server.
Okay.
So 16 gold.
16 gold for
13 times 13.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. So, all right, it's going from there. So I wanna, I'm itching here.
Right. You wanna push your luck, right?
Yeah.
You want big bucks, no whammy.
Yeah, no whammy. So should I try to do the last 4? Because think about it. If the 13 happens again, let's do some math.
Quick math.
Pull up the calculator. Beep. There you go, buddy.
Matho.
Okay, 13 times 16. 208 gold.
Yeah.
That's so far our worst case scenario. So let's say worst case scenario for all of them
would be
2, 4, 6, 8. That'd be 800 gold right there. That's why I think I'm gonna take it aside a second.
Yeah, I would say go for push your luck a little bit right now. Let's go.
So let's see how far I can get. Usually, from my experience, and by the way, this is why I do it at this spot.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, from my experience, I can get to epic pretty easy.
Okay.
So, but now from here forward on these red ones, I have the chance to fail.
Right.
And when I say fail, it's not gonna fail and then you're like, it didn't work. It's gonna fucking break.
So you have the chance to fail and the chance to break entirely.
Check this out. So it shows it right here. So this is a green one.
Right.
It says success chance, destruction doesn't have a chance, degrade doesn't have a chance.
Okay.
Okay? So then we go over here to the red sail. Look at that.
Yeah.
Destruction chance doesn't have a chance to degrade at this point.
Yay.
But it has a chance to destruct.
Yeah.
So, let's go. Let's see what we got.
Here we go. RNGesus, bless us.
Boom.
Oh.
Right off the bat, all that gold for that one gone.
Wow.
Okay, going to the next one. Boom. Wow. Blew up again. Boom. Blew up again.
What the fuck?
Divine.
Okay, so we got one. So the fourth one went divine.
Yep. So then here we go again. We're upgrading the Celeste. Boom. Blew up. Boom. Blew up. So, of the 6?
Of the 6.
Of the 6, 1 went divine.
Yes. 1 actually succeeded, and the rest didn't even just fail. The rest completely shattered.
Right. So I'm going to try this again, see if I can get an epic. Epic.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, like I said in the beginning, is I'm going to take this one.
And you're holding it so you can actually...
I'm going to try to recoup my money with it.
Right.
So let's just see right here. Rig. And I'm going to go to shipping. So look, Divine alone is selling for 700 or 800.
Wow.
So look at the price for this. This is a Celestial at 234 gold.
Jeez.
Divine, boom, shoots up 3 times the cost for 1 level.
Well, look how much you spent on it.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah.
So, there's none above Divine. They're not even selling them. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this on here, and I'm going to say, you know what? I want big money, no whammies, stop. So I'm going to put this up here for 1,000.
Oh my god.
It'll probably sell, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, now I'm good. I'm good. No turning back. I made my money. That right there is 1,100. It'll put me back roughly where I was at that point.
Wow.
So let's see. So I don't care if I go broke right now.
Because you'll get back.
I'll get at least 1,000 gold back so I can have a starting point.
Right.
So, back to where we were. 44 scrolls left, and 4 fucking sales left.
Well, with the average, we should at least get a few to Celestial.
Fail. Fail. Success. Fail. Success. Fail. Success. Fail. Fail.
9.
Success. One more.
10.
Fail. Success. Celestial.
Okay. So it took 12 on that one. Jeez.
RNGesus is not kind. Next one, fail. Fail. 2 fails so far. 3 fails.
Oh, this is looking really promising.
4 fails.
Super promising.
5 fails.
We can do it!
6 fails.
Oh my god.
7 fails.
Can we get...
Oh, that's the first fucking one. 7 failures right off the first fucking thing.
I was really hoping we could get to 10.
Another fail.
Thought we could get to 10.
Another fail. Okay, success. Another fail. Another fail.
Oh my god.
Unique. We're down to 17 fucking scrolls. Celestial. Fuck me.
That took 17 to get
17.
To get to Celestial.
17. How much you want to bet this shit breaks? Here we go. Break. Set 18. It really took, yeah.
Wow.
Look at this. That is redunculous. And I'm down to 14 scrolls from 100 of them. Fail.
More breakage.
That was the one going directly to Divine. The Celestial broke.
Yeah.
So I'm down to 2 sales left with 13 fucking things. So I'm going to do what's called YOLOing it.
YOLO!
Just going to fucking slam it. Win. 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 Fail. 1 fail. 2 fails. 3 fails. 4. Nope, 3 fails. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And it burst. No, it didn't break, did it? No, it didn't break. I ran out of scrolls. That's 100 scrolls.
Yeah, I was going to say that was 13. Oh my gosh. So, the grand total is... that'll have to be 13 question mark because it never made it to the top one. So you made 8 Celestials, and of those 8, 1 made it to Divine. But that one that made it to Divine made it to Epic.
So let's crunch some numbers here. Let me pull up the almighty Excel. Okay, so we're gonna put this on the side right here. Oh, stop being a pain in the butt. Okay, so we had 10 sales.
Technically 9, because you never.
Oh
never
yeah,
touched
you're
that
right.
Last one.
You're right. 9. So 9 sales. Never touched the last one.
Yep.
100 scrolls.
Yep.
Okay. So, how many failures did we have?
I didn't count. I just count the grand total. But how many did it take to get to?
Give me the numbers. I'll add them real quick.
The grand total of stuff?
Just start telling me how many failures.
I didn't count failures. I only counted total.
Oh, total. Okay.
Yes. So, how much does it take to get to Celestial? How many successes?
Right here on the side.
So
it starts at base.
2, 3,
No, did it start at grand? Yeah, it started at grand.
Oh, you're already at grand. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it took 5 to get to Celestial.
That's if I didn't fail.
Right. So your first scroll had 3 failures.
Okay.
Your second scroll had 1.
Okay.
Then the next scroll had none, because it only took 5.
Okay.
The next scroll took 9. I was gonna say it was. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm counting fails.
I'm sorry. You're on the 4th one.
Yes.
Sorry, that took 4 fails.
Okay.
3.
Yep.
8. 7. Oh Lord, 12. And then the last one was that was, I think, 9. Because it didn't make it all the way.
What row is that? It's Q.
I was gonna say, I think you just click on it.
Q12.
This is nerdcore right here.
Yeah, 212 through Q 19. So 56.
56 failures. That's not half.
That's more. Yeah, it's more than half.
That's better than half.
Oh.
I think the biggest thing is that, because I mean, I guess getting Celestial is
They okay. On the this isn't like a big core server or anything, but Celestial is like, well, that's the bare minimum starting point.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, when you go out to and you want to be serious with any kind of PvP, you have to have Celestial. If you have anything less than Celestial, then you're subpar.
Well, you're nowadays the server's been out so long. I think Divine or Epic is probably like, okay, you're doing decent.
Yeah.
Legendary's like, okay, you're doing pretty fucking good. Mythic is like, hey, wow, look at that guy.
Yeah, that guy only plays this game.
And invests a lot of money.
That's all he does. Yeah, that's the way it looks, because in order to get to Epic, which you did get one to Epic, you spent 100 scrolls, and you had 9 sales. And that's a lot of money.
Well, we went down from what, 2,400 or something?
Was it that how much that you had?
Yeah, it was like 20. No, yeah, it was just less than 1,000. That's what it was. We started that. So we spent 1,000 gold on 9 sales, not counting the scrolls.
So you get 1,000 gold to get to an Epic.
1 epic, yeah.
1 Epic, and how many sales are on?
And I put the auction house for 1,000 gold to get it back.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's my break even point.
Right.
Not really, but because it's got counting a lot of things like extra scrolls and things.
Now this was for your what ship?
My Clipper.
And the Clipper only has 1 sale, right?
No, sorry, excuse me, for my merchant ship, which has 2 sales.
Okay.
And if you look, which I'll pull this over here.
Oh look, she's got a schoolgirl outfit on.
I think Oki just fucked up my thing. Good job, Oki. Thanks. I summoned it, and he summoned his shit right in the place. I think I should summon mine on top of it just to destroy his fucking boat.
Do it. That'd be awesome. It like spawned out of his.
Yeah, open the world. So take a look. If you hover over here, right here, I've got 1 legendary.
Right.
And 1 epic. I was hoping to get the second one. Here he is trying to hit my boat.
Maybe he's just a bad driver.
He's just a bad person. So from there, that's what I've gotten so far, and I've tried many times to get a legendary, a second one to go with it.
That is hard.
But let me show you the difference real quick. Fail.
Meh.
Okay, so let me show you the difference. So we go up here, take a look at the difference. Okay, so a legendary, which is only 1 grade above epic,
right,
is 72% movement speed.
Right.
66. Big fucking difference.
Yeah.
Okay? That's for 1 grade.
Yeah.
So I think the basic one, if you take a look, basic one's 42.
Yep.
And then this one, which we have at unique.
Unique is at 50. Wow.
Big fucking difference.
That really is a slow movement.
Yeah.
From grand to unique, that's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 more grades up
For 8%.
for 8%.
But
You're
then,
literally getting 2% for each one. I would think that that sort of movement would be expected way in the end. Like you'd get a lot of big jumps in the beginning, and then at the end you'd get less jumps. But this seems to be built the other way around.
so check this out. So at the end here, going 1 grade, I go from 66 over to 72.
Right.
So 6% right there.
Getting 6%
in
more.
1 grade jump.
Whereas before it was 2% for each grade jump.
Ridiculous.
What's the grade jump from legendary
To Mythic?
to mythic?
I think Mythic is something like 80% or something like that. It's
That'd be 8%. That would be a high jump.
Yeah, it's a big difference. It really
Wow.
is. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you guys. You know how shitty the regrade system is, and what a time investment in there. Obviously, I didn't get 2,000 gold. You know, just by shitting out a brick and it just came out. It's gold is easy to come by, but it takes time. You know, for an example of comparison, a night of ship raising, for split 2 or 3 ways, you can get say 2 or 3 400 gold. Depending on how well your knight does. But at the same time, that's 400 gold for a lot of labor at a lot of time. So, and that's just for a chance, an RNG Jesus chance. And this isn't the worst RNG Jesus experience I've had, trust me, playing this game. But it is what it is. Thank you everybody for having your time, and I'll see you another time.
Later.